What has being on Reddit taught you? That getting suspended is way easier than I thought, and there are stupid loops that you have to jump through to get back in. You're learning life as you go, indeed. Don't meet someone on here and move halfway across the country for the monsieur. Yo dude, it is not all bad. My dad told me on his hospital bed when I was venting about my recent breakup that every experience is a good one if you walk away from it with something. Be it a lesson or something else. What are we as a person, but as some of what we've been through? You are a stronger person than before the experience. I wish you all the best, my dude. Edit. Thank you all for sharing your experiences. I am happy for the upvotes, not for the sake of karma, but the visibility it brings to this sentiment. I am glad this exchange between me and my father could possibly help someone across the globe just by being read here. It's hard to see this in the moment, but I learned so much from each breakup, became a better person and better at relationships, and now I'm happily married and we just had a little girl. I wouldn't be here if I hadn't been able to learn from my past. Being first to comment matters. Also, your highest voted comment will never be what you expect it to be. I once raked in a substantial amount of karma declaring Smash Mouth as a good band. That YouTube comment sections are like a post-apocalyptic wasteland and PHEB comment sections are like a utopia, and Reddit is the in-between. Edit. What? I'm not one of those idiots on YouTube who make an edit on their comment when they get over 1k likes and say thanks. Still trying to figure out how to explain to my girlfriend that I only go to Pornhub for the comments. Edit. Said got instead of go. I find that hard to believe. To not take Reddit so seriously. I wouldn't have expected that answer from AskClown Monthly. And I never thought I would be referred to as AskClown Monthly. You have yourself a Merry Christmas, my friend. People will be mean for no reason. Hey you and anyone who eats bagels. Man, I'll you with a bagel if you don't shut your mouth. People believe anything, LMAO. I have no reason to doubt what you're saying, so I am inclined to agree with your comment. Wait a minute, I can fap to that everyone seems to be an armchair expert, and everyone is somehow simultaneously the underdog, and how they have a story for everything, that apparently there are more weirdos in the world than I was led to believe. Nah, they're just all my throwaway accounts. Avoid elevators in China, avoid scooters in Brazil, avoid driving anywhere in Russia. Avoid Australia. Basically on Reddit I learned a lot about geography and other world cultures. Why elevators in China? Every now and then they go really, really fast, in one of two directions. Like, really, really fast. I'm late to every post. That unpopular opinion only supports popular opinions. And the real unpopular opinions get downvoted to oblivion, deleted, or removed. True, that most people are sarcastic a-holes but a few nice people. Oi, no need to point fingers, man. Bold of you to assume I have fingers. People are generally cynical jerks, but they can turn super helpful and caring when you come to them with an actual probable monsieur. Example, I was a hobbyist amateur boxer and had to stop training due to concussions. I was crushed, but the Palookas at amateur_boxing were very supportive and made me feel better. Humans being brothers is always a sub that's worth some time, like the way it makes me feel. The comments with the least effort usually get the best response. That 2-paragraph response you put a lot of work into. 3 upvotes. A pun that took 5 seconds to write. 25,000 upvotes and 15 awards. Ain't that the truth? For nearly a year my highest upvoted comment was responding with hot to the following quote on the biggest misconception Askreddit post. And GT, I thought girls had a ballsack with a hole in it. Just a plain old dickless ballsack. And GT, hot. No matter what you post or comment, there's always someone who will just disagree or be a jerk. That's not true, man. Not everybody argues. That the people most sure of their opinion are usually the least qualified to give advice. That's life, not just Reddit lol. There are a lot of people out there who just ignore grammar and the red lines under your words when you type. I hate when people do that. I hope you're not one of them, monsieur. Yeah, there. It has taught me that no matter how right you are, and how wrong someone else is, hive mindsets will always win. This is the response I was looking for. This is my biggest lesson. You could be an expert in something and actually have first-hand experience. But if you disagree with the hive mind, say hello to angry comments and downvotes. As a 3D character artist, gamers in general don't know about game development and make a lot of uneducated, assumptive, and plain wrong statements about game dev and then downvote me when I correct them or try to educate them. Monsieur, your comment resonates with my soul. There are some dumb stubborn in the world. No, there's not. You. Reposts, reposts, reposts. This is a repost. Everything on Reddit is a repost now. The last new Reddit thread was posted in 2016, and it was a link to that potato salad Kickstarter campaign. Optimistically, Reddit gets a lot of, but I found that a minority of people accepted. A lot of people on here genuinely get excited about learning new things. I write a lot on out of the loop, and I've got a habit of doing 3, sometimes 4 comment-long responses to questions that are generally a bit esoteric and really get into the weeds on what's going on in the world. There's this sense that people are generally too busy to read. Doctor is a thing, after all, but I've usually found people eager to ask follow-up questions and understand things they didn't previously know. You only need to look at people like you, Pop and KREAM, you, Andromeda 321, and you, Georgie_K_Zhukov to see that there's a lot of demand for people who can explain things clearly and in a way that makes sense. TLDR, people will put the effort in to understand new things if you give them the opportunity. Thanks for the shout-out. This some seriously wholesome. You should break up with your long-term partner because of your first minor hiccup without talking about it or trying to work through it, and that everyone on the internet has experienced way more than me. That it is the most welcoming, inclusive, while also being toxic community on the internet. And GT, imagine a massive building with thousands of rooms in it. Every room is different.